We have climbed the stairs of systems, hunger, character, and morning rituals, but there is a level of greatness that exists beyond the doing. There is a level that lives in the being. For decades, the world has been told that to get what you want, you must fight the world. You must grind against the grain of reality. But what if the greatest secret to success isn't fighting at all? What if the secret is aligning? Today, we explore the life of a man who moved from the psychology of the mind to the spirit of the soul. He taught us that we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. He proved that your thoughts are not just ideas, they are the blueprints for your physical reality. He showed us that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. We are entering the world of Wayne Dyer. We are moving beyond the hustle and into the flow. We are going to learn how to stop chasing our dreams and start attracting them. This is the power of intention, and it is the most powerful force in the universe. Are you ready to stop pushing and start allowing? His journey didn't begin in a temple or a palace. It began in the foster homes of Detroit. He was an orphan who spent his childhood moving from one house to another with no permanent family and no safety net. Most people in his position would have become victims of their circumstances, but Wayne Dyer was different. Even as a child, he felt a presence within him. He felt a sense of self-reliance that couldn't be broken by poverty or abandonment. He worked his way through university, became a successful therapist, and then in 1976, he wrote a book called Your Erroneous Zones. He didn't just write it, he believed in it so much that he bought thousands of copies, loaded them into his car, and drove across America, stopping at every small radio station and bookstore he could find. He became a self-made phenomenon. But at the height of his material success, he realized something was missing. He moved from motivation to inspiration. He realized that the ego is a liar, and that true greatness comes from a connection to the source. This is Wayne Dyer, the man who taught the world that you have a divine capacity to manifest whatever you desire. Stop blaming your parents, stop blaming your boss, stop blaming the economy. Wayne Dyer taught us that everything you are against weakens you, everything you are for empowers you. Most of you are spending your lives being against things. You are against poverty. You are against your bad luck. You are against your ex-partner. Every time you focus on what you hate, you are literally ordering more of it from the universe. You are a co-creator of your reality, but you are acting like a passenger on a bus you don't control. You have to realize that there is no way to prosperity. Prosperity is the way. You don't get happy to be successful. You be happy to get successful. You have to shift your focus from what is missing to what is present. You have to stop being a reactionary and start being a manifester. If you keep looking at what is, you will never see what can be. The victim is dead. The creator is rising. Which one are you going to be today? To understand Wayne Dyer, you must redefine the word intention. For most people, intention is a strong purpose or a goal. But Dyer taught that intention is a field of energy. It is the source from which everything in the universe was created. He realized that we are all extensions of this source. Think of it like a radio. The music is always playing in the air, but if your radio is tuned to the wrong frequency, all you hear is static. Most people are tuned to the frequency of scarcity and fear. They wonder why their lives feel like static. Dyer proved that to change your life, you must tune your internal radio back to the frequency of the source. This frequency is made of 7 faces: creativity, kindness, love, beauty, expansion, abundance, and receptivity. When you act with kindness, you are in tune. When you see beauty in the world, you are in tune. When you feel love, you are in tune. This is the alpha secret of the world of greats. You don't have to force the world to change. You simply have to change your vibration so the world has no choice but to match you. Don't die with your music still in you. This was Wayne Dyer's greatest warning to the world. He saw millions of people living safe lives, doing safe jobs, and staying in safe relationships while their soul was screaming for expression. You are not here to fit in. You are here to stand out. You are a unique expression of the divine, but you are too afraid of what they will think. You are letting small-minded people dictate your big-minded destiny. You are waiting for permission to be great. Let me give you the permission right now. You are allowed to be brilliant. You are allowed to be wealthy. You are allowed to be happy. But you must have the courage to listen to the music inside of you. You must have the guts to follow that internal call, even when the external world tells you you're crazy. Because the crazy ones are the ones who change the world. Are you going to play your song, or are you going to your grave with a silent heart? The concert starts now.
The greatest obstacle to your manifestation is not the world outside, it is the false self inside. Wayne Dyer taught us that the ego is the source of all suffering and stagnation. He even gave us an acronym for it, EGO, edges God out. The ego is that voice in your head that tells you that you are what you have, you are what you do, and you are what other people think of you. It is the part of you that believes you are separate from the rest of humanity and the source of all creation. The ego lives in a state of constant lack. It tells you that you need more money, more fame, more power to be enough. But Dyer realized that as long as you are listening to the ego, you will never be whole, because the ego is built on comparison, and comparison is the thief of peace. To enter the world of greats, you must practice the death of the ego. You must realize that you are not your bank account, your job title, or your mistakes. You are a divine spark that is already complete. When you stop trying to be important, you finally become significant. Wayne Dyer was a master of the spoken word, but he realized that the most important words are the ones you say to yourself after the phrase, "I am." Whatever you put after those two words becomes your reality. Most people spend their days saying, "I am tired, I am broke, I am unlucky, or I am not good enough." By doing this, they are literally inviting those conditions to stay in their lives. Dyer taught that I am is the holy name of the creative force within you. When you say I am, you are giving a command to the universe to produce that result. To manifest a world-class life, you must learn to live as if it were already so. You must say, "I am successful," even when your bank account is empty. You must say, "I am healthy," even when you feel pain. This is not lying to yourself. It is aligning yourself with the higher truth. You are visualizing the result before it appears in the physical world. You are claiming your inheritance as a co-creator. Why are you so obsessed with what they think? Wayne Dyer famously said, "What other people think of me is none of my business," but most of you have made it your only business. You are living a script written by your neighbors, your parents, and strangers on the internet. You are paralyzed by the fear of being judged. But let me tell you the alpha truth. You cannot be great and likable to everyone. If you are living for approval, you are dying for acceptance. You are trading your divinity for a pat on the back. You have to realize that you are independent of the good or bad opinions of others. Your value is not a variable that changes based on someone else's mood. You are priceless because you are source energy in a human body. Stop being a people pleaser and start being a purpose seeker. The moment you stop caring what they think is the moment you finally start living.
To live a life of intention, you must become a no-limit person. This was the title of one of Wayne Dyer's most famous lectures. A no-limit person is someone who has broken the ceiling of their own expectations. They don't see problems, they see lessons. They don't see failures, they see feedback. They understand the law of divine compensation. This law states that as long as you are in service to the source and to others, the universe is obligated to take care of you. You don't have to worry about how the money will come or how the door will open. You simply have to focus on the giving, and the receiving will take care of itself. Most people have this backward. They want to get before they give. They want the harvest before they plant the seed. But the Master knows that abundance flows through you, not to you. If you become a channel for goodness, the goodness will always find its way into your life. It's time to flip the switch. You've spent your whole life asking, "What's in it for me?" And that's exactly why you're stuck. Wayne Dyer taught us that the ego wants to accumulate, but the spirit wants to contribute. You are a giant of potential, but you are acting like a beggar for scraps. You are searching for success out there when it's already in here. You need to shift from asking the world to offering the world. When you move into a state of service, the entire universe gets behind you. The wind starts blowing at your back. The right people start calling. The right opportunities start appearing. But you have to drop the ego first. You have to surrender the need to be right and the need to win. You have to choose peace over power. Are you ready to stop the struggle? Are you ready to enter the flow? The gate of spirit is open. Walk through it and leave the small self behind.
There is a place within you that has never been touched by the world. It is a place of infinite silence, absolute peace, and total power. Wayne Dyer called this the sacred center. Most of us spend our entire lives running away from this center. We drown it out with the noise of our phones, the clutter of our schedules, and the chaos of our constant thinking. But Dyer taught us that silence is the language of God. All else is a poor translation. He realized that you cannot find intention in the clamor. You find it in the gap. The gap is the space between your thoughts. It is that split second of no mind where you are simply present. If you want to manifest a world-class life, you must learn to enter the gap. You must become comfortable with being alone. You must realize that solitude is not loneliness. Loneliness is the ego missing the other. Solitude is the spirit reuniting with the one. When you sit in the silence, you aren't doing nothing. You are doing everything. You are retuning your vibration to the song of the universe. You cannot fly if you are carrying rocks in your pockets. Wayne Dyer taught that the greatest block to manifestation is resentment. He realized that when you hold a grudge against someone, you are lined up with the energy of hate. You are linked to that person by an invisible chain of pain. He famously said, "Forgiveness is an act of self-love." It isn't about saying what they did was right. It is about saying, "I am no longer willing to carry your poison in my heart." He challenged us to send love to our enemies. Why? Because the source only knows how to give love. If you are giving hate, you are out of alignment with the source. You are blocking your own abundance. Forgiveness is the master key to the world of greats. It clears the channel so the light can shine through you again. If you want to move forward, you must release the past. You must realize that the past is a trail that you leave behind. It has no power to move the boat. Would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? Most of you are miserable because you are obsessed with being right. You want to win the argument. You want to prove they were wrong. You want to vindicate your ego. Wayne Dyer taught us that being right is the booby prize of life. It gives you a moment of ego satisfaction, but it costs you a lifetime of inner peace. You are stunting your growth because you are too proud to let go. You are fighting for your limitations.
Every time you defend your rightness, you are locking the door to your greatness. You have to surrender the need to win the petty battles so you can win the epic war for your soul. Stop defending and start transcending. The Alpha doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. The Alpha knows who they are, and that is enough. Are you ready to drop the armor and pick up the peace? Wayne Dyer's morning ritual was not about efficiency, it was about communion. Before he even got out of bed, he would say two simple words, "Thank you." He realized that gratitude is the master frequency of the world of greats. If you are grateful for what you have, the universe sends you more. If you are complaining about what you lack, the universe takes away what you have. After the thank you, he would enter his meditation. He wouldn't pray for things, he would pray for alignment. He would say, "Make me an instrument of thy peace." He understood that you don't get what you want, you get what you are. By spending the first 30 minutes of his day in deep gratitude and silent reflection, he was setting the tone for his internal reality. He wasn't waiting for the day to happen to him, he was creating the day from the inside out. He was tuning his instrument before the performance began. You are a co-creator with the divine, but you are acting like an unemployed victim. You have the power of the entire universe behind you, but you are paralyzed by small-minded worries. Wayne Dyer taught us that with God, all things are possible. And by God, he meant that infinite field of intention that lives inside of you. You need to stop the struggle and start the alignment. You need to get out of the way of your own greatness. You are clogging the pipes with your doubt, your fear, and your resentment. Clean the pipes, clear the channel, enter the gap. When you align with the source, miracles stop being accidents and start being daily occurrences. You don't have to make it happen, you have to let it happen. The stairway is glowing now, the light is getting brighter. Are you ready to step into the sun, or are you going to stay in the shadows of your ego? It's time to vibrate higher.
The final evolution of Wayne Dyer's work came when he immersed himself in the ancient wisdom of the Tao Te Ching. He realized that the ultimate secret to the world of greats is to live the Tao. The Tao is the way of the universe, a way of doing without doing and achieving without striving. Most people in the modern world believe that greatness requires extreme effort. They think they have to push their way to the top. But Dyer proved that the most powerful things in the universe don't push. A flower doesn't try to bloom, it simply allows the process to unfold. The sun doesn't work to shine, it is its nature to shine. He taught us that inspiration is when you are in spirit. When you are in spirit, you don't have to force your results. The results are drawn to you because of your state of being. This is the alpha secret of the unstoppable manifester. You stop being a hustler and start being a channel. You move from the struggle of the ego to the serenity of the soul. You realize that you don't have to get anything. You simply have to become the person who already has it. Wayne Dyer left us with 10 foundational secrets that act as the operating system for a world-class life. The first and most important is to have a mind that is open to everything and attached to nothing. This means being willing to let go of your certainty and your prejudices. The second is don't die with your music still in you. Never let the fear of failure stop you from expressing your unique genius. The third is you can't give away what you don't have. If you don't have love for yourself, you cannot truly love others. If you don't have peace within, you cannot create peace in the world. The fifth is embrace silence. The sixth is give up your personal history. Stop telling the story of your trauma and start telling the story of your transformation. The seventh is you can't solve a problem with the same mind that created it. You must elevate your thinking. The eighth is there are no justified resentments. The ninth is treat yourself as if you already are what you'd like to be. And the 10th is wisdom is avoiding any thought that weakens you.
You are suffering because you are addicted to the outcome. You want the money, you want the fame, you want the relationship, and you want it right now. But Wayne Dyer taught us that attachment is the root of all fear. When you are attached to a result, you are telling the universe that you lack it. You are vibrating at the frequency of needing, and needing is a repellent for abundance. You have to release the how. You have to set the intention and then step back. You have to trust that the universe knows a better way than your small ego does. Stop trying to micromanage the source energy. You are like a child pulling on a seed to make it grow faster. You're only killing the plant. Alpha manifestation requires supreme patience and total trust. If you can't let go of the outcome, you can't invite the miracle. Are you ready to surrender your timeline to the divine? The hardest part of the world of greats journey is the waiting room. This is the space between asking and receiving. Wayne Dyer taught us that this is where most people kill their dreams. They get frustrated, they get angry, they decide that it's not working. But Dyer introduced the Law of Allowance. This law states that once you have set the intention and aligned your vibration, you must allow the universe to bring it to you in divine timing. You must realize that there are no accidents in a perfect universe. Everything that is happening to you right now, including the delays and the setbacks, is part of the preparation for your destination. You are being cooked to the right temperature. You are being strengthened for the responsibility of your success. If you force it, you fail it. If you allow it, you attract it. Manifestation is not a race, it is a dance, and you must let the source lead. It's time to burn the script of your old life. You've spent too much time apologizing for your ambition and explaining your vision to small-minded people. Wayne Dyer taught us that you are a masterpiece in progress, but you can't paint the new picture if you're still clinging to the old canvas. You have to divorce your past to marry your future. You are unlimited. You are infinite. You are unstoppable, but only if you stop the internal civil war. Stop fighting yourself. Stop doubting your connection to the source. You are not trying to become a great. You are remembering that you already are one. The power is in your breath. The power is in your I am. The power is in your intention. Now claim it. Walk like a king. Think like a sage. Act like a titan. The world of greats is not a destination. It is the reality you are creating right now.
We have reached the end of our journey with Wayne Dyer, but in the world of greats, every end is a new beginning. We have moved from the orphanage to the empire, and from the psychology to the spirit. But what is the final lesson of this giant? It is the lesson of significance over success. Success is what you do for yourself. Significance is what you do for others. Dyer taught us that the final stage of human evolution is the return to source. It is the realization that we are not here to get, we are here to give. He proved that the more you let go of your own importance, the more powerful you actually become. He showed us that greatness isn't measured by the shadow you cast, but by the light you share. To be a world of greats champion is to realize that you are a unique expression of a universal force. When you align with that force, you no longer need to compete. You no longer need to hustle. You become a magnet for every good thing the universe has to offer. You move from the struggle of the ego to the ease of the spirit. You are finally home. Look back at the constellation we have built. Earl Nightingale planted the seed of thought. Brian Tracy built the systems of action. Les Brown lit the fire of hunger. Zig Ziglar established the standard of character. Robin Sharma gave you the rituals of the dawn. And now Wayne Dyer has given you the power of intention. Can you feel the transformation? You are no longer the person who started this series. You have the blueprints, the drive, the discipline, and the connection. You are now an integrated titan. You have the hard skills of the corporate world and the soft power of the spiritual world. But the journey of the Alpha is never finished. We have mastered the internal world, but the external world is full of friction.
We have learned how to manifest in the light, but now we must learn how to sustain in the darkness. We have found our peace, but now we must test our grit. The manifestation is over. The meditation is done. Now comes the execution. Wayne Dyer taught us that you are a divine being, but the world is going to try to tell you that you're nothing. The world is going to throw pain at you. It's going to throw doubt at you. It's going to throw failure at you. Are you going to retreat back into your comfortable ego, or are you going to stand firm in your divine intention? You have the knowledge, but knowledge without action is dead energy. You need to take the peace you found in the silence and carry it into the chaos of the battlefield. You are not just a dreamer, you are a doer. You are not just a spirit, you are a force. Stop waiting for the universe to do the work for you. The universe is waiting for you to do the work with it. Now, get up, move, create, lead. The stairway is waiting for your next step. As we close the book on Wayne Dyer, we prepare for a radical shift in energy. We have learned the power of flow, but our next legend is the master of the power of friction. We are moving from the monk and the manifester to the warrior. If Wayne Dyer taught you how to attract your goals, our next legend will teach you how to sustain them through hell. We are moving from the pillow of meditation to the pavement of endurance. You have found your why with the spiritual masters. Now you are going to find your how much with the man who refused to break. You are moving from the gentle wisdom of the soul to the extreme accountability of the mind. Prepare yourself. The manifestation phase is complete. The battle phase begins. Our next legend is a man who went from being a 300-pound depressed laborer to the toughest man on earth. You have the intent, now get the iron. You have the peace, now get the power. You have the spirit, now get the stamina. Wayne Dyer gave you the map. Our next legend is going to give you the marching orders. Stop thinking about your greatness and start testing it. The world doesn't need more theorists, it needs more titans. It needs people who can manifest in the light and endure in the darkness. You are a child of the source, but you are a soldier of the reality. Rise up from your meditation mat and get onto the field of play. Your music is playing, your intention is set, your destiny is calling. Are you going to listen or are you going to lead? The world of greats is moving forward. Are you coming? This concludes Chapter 15, Wayne Dyer, The Power of Intention. You now have the spiritual blueprints. The next chapter will test your physical and mental limits. Subscribe to finalize your evolution in the world of greats. Share this with someone who is struggling with their ego. Help them find their spirit. Stay aligned. Stay great. We'll see you in the next chapter.